Hello, NYWCites. I am the administrator of the NYWC message board, Robert Lotti. Tour de Circus 2016 was a great way to cap off a great year of NYWC action. The show began with the Big O hitting the ring and taking the microphone and talked about what happened with his match against Tyler Murphy at Draw the Line last month and something about, having to work his way from the bottom. O then challenged anyone to a fight, and out came Johnny Radke, who Big O basically made mincemeat out of him for a victory. And then out came, making his in-ring debut, Bishop, who was last seen as Absolute Alvin's personal security, and the Big O made quick work of him. And then out comes, making his NYWC debut, Joe Bronson, who the Big O basically went through, and Big O won himself a little gauntlet match. And he also stated that he was going to come for Tyler Murphy in 2017. Second match of the night, we saw the Greek god Papa Don defeat Aiden Bale. I do have to say right now, Aiden Bale is the most improved wrestler of NYWC this year. Papa Don was noticeably taunting the children, and I think one of them had a birthday celebration, and he was they were like taunting each other as the match went on. Next up, we saw in what I found to be a shocking outcome, Flawless Blake Morris defeating King Mega by submission with a triangle. I don't know, it was a triangle choke or some type of armbar. Up next, the Hounds of Hatred, Boo and Bam Sullivan hit the ring with Devil Doll, and she talked about she's been undefeated since winning the Starlet Championship, and then she makes light of what happened to Jay Red in the Cuffed and Cage match last month at Draw the Line, in which Jay Red comes out, and they have a match that gets underway, and Boo and Bam were interfering throughout the match, and eventually Jay Red's guys, GIT and Irish, they come out, and as Devil Doll was distracted, Jay Red rolls up Devil Doll for the pin to become the new Starlet Champion, making Jay Red now the second man to hold that championship as he wins the Starlet Championship. Up next in singles action, we saw Angelo Andrews accompanied by Crushy Dugan and this unnamed man who was at ringside for the match, as Angelo defeated, making his return to NYWC after a lengthy absence, Braden Knight. Very competitive matchup, and glad that Braden got to come back for another match. Up next, we saw Bull, James, and Mouse in Christmas attire challenge the Hounds of Hatred, Bam and Boo Sullivan, for the Tag Team Championship. During the match, Bull was taking quite an amount of punishment from the Sullivans. When Bull was attempting to tag Mouse, Devil Doll pulled Mouse off the apron. Eventually, Stockade comes out, hits Bull with his championship belt, enabling the Sullivans to retain the Tag Team Championship. Bull gets his hands on the microphone, and he tells Stockade, in February at the Psycho Circus, I'm entering your world. And he said that he was going to scout the talent to join him to put on his team. At that point, they went to intermission. They did go to intermission at that point in time. Blah, what else? They went to intermission. Then up next in singles action, we saw the returning to NYWC after a lengthy absence, Suntan defeating the debuting AJ Spectre with his girlfriend Mandy in his corner. Great to see these two guys get Suntan to be back in NYWC again, and Spectre to debut for the company. Next up, we saw tag team action as the Benson Bros, CJ and Rad Brad, were set to take on Jesse Vane and Anthony Lacera to determine number one contenders for the Tag Team Championship. A short time after the match got underway, Fella Twins, Eddie McQueen, and Rick Cataldo come out and insert themselves in the match, making it a three-way dance, which saw Jesse Vane and Anthony Lacera defeat the Fella Twins and the Benson Bros to become number one contenders to the NYWC Tag Team Championship. Up next, Maxwell Jacob Feinstein comes out with General Romero, and Maxwell tells the General about, interfering in matches, costing him wins, and then he tells Romero, don't do anything. Out comes Maxwell's opponent, JT Kaysen, and at one point Romero had accidentally tripped Maxwell, enabling JT to get the victory, and Maxwell was livid at Romero to the point where he says things to him, and JT tells Romero everybody knows what everybody wants to see, and Romero took off his straps, exposing his chest, and Kaysen offered Romero a beard, and huge botchamania on my part, a beer, B-E-E, a beer, out of a big-ass Bud Light case. And Feinstein, he tells Romero, you drink that and we're done. And Romero put the beer down and left the ring. Up next we saw... What was next? I know it's on my list here. Yeah, we saw a four-way matchup as Tyler Murphy defeated Randy Summers, Chainsaw Joe Gacy, and the Man of Steel Mike Verna to retain the Fusion Championship. Then it was main event time as we saw Rex Lawless challenge the Devil's Outlaw Stockade for the Heavyweight Championship. During this bout, I think it was Rex or Stockade, someone bumped into Ref Steven in the corner, and it looked like Rex had Stockade beat at least once after hitting, I think Rex, I don't know if Rex calls it the death penalty. I remember when A-Train used the movie, called it the derailer. Referee Dean came out, tried to make a pinfall, but Stockade kicks out. But then eventually, Hounds of Hatred, Boo and Bam Sullivan hit the ring, and they're doing a number on Rex, and I don't know if Stockade did give Rex a DDT, or he was about to, because Bull, James, and Mouse hit the ring, and Bull took the microphone and pretty much added Rex Lawless to his team for the Psycho Circus match in February. And that's how the show ended. And by the way, I know it hasn't been made official yet, but I hope Psycho Circus is happening Saturday, February 25th. Personal notes time. Was great celebrating 5 years sitting with Jessica for these wonderful shows, and great to see her sister Leanne. Welcome back, Jamie, who 10 years ago this month started coming with me to the shows. I started sitting with me at the shows. I'm sorry, what am I saying? He didn't come with me. Great seeing Jim Lundis, John Kurz, Shane, Ariana. Thank you for that photo. Who else can I remember that I saw? I mean, either saw or whatnot. But we do have some memorable quotes. Oh, I forgot. Great seeing Donnie. Welcome back. Haven't seen him since Till I Collapsed back in... No, I'm sorry. At another show in the building back in October. But here are some memorable quotes. Is he gay now? Jessica, when Jay Red had... I don't know if when he won the Starlet title or when he was wrestling Devil Doll. I bet you brought a crap load of Excedrin with you tonight. Crusher Dugan as he walked by me as Angelo's match was about to ensue. Right now I do, yeah. Boo Sullivan in response to a kid telling him that he stinks. I don't think it was mentioned at the show, but NYWC kicks off 2017 with Sideshow on Saturday, January 28th. Okay, matches I'd like to see. I'd like to see the Sullivans, Bam and Boo, defend the tag belts against Anthony Lacerra and Jesse Vane. I'd like to see a return bout between Stockade, the Devil's Outlaw, and Rex Lawless. I'd like to see Not sure what else I'd like to see, but ring it out to Andy Miller. Thank you for the birthday shout out. What else do I remember for these shows? Crap. Well, we did go to the Twisted Shamrock, and there was a DJ playing music, and Twisted Shamrock's Facebook page never reported that they were going to have karaoke there, and it was just a DJ playing music, which wasn't bad, and I did enjoy that free food. Darn, that was good. And it was, quite a night. I was glad to be there. All right, everybody on the NYWC roster, I'd really like to do a No Punches Pulled, another edition of my No Punches Pulled interview series. Please let me know. I'd like to do one with somebody. I just don't know who to ask anymore. So I'm leaving it in everybody's hands. You want to do an interview? Get a hold of me. Message me. Definitely a great night of action, and can't wait for NYWC 2017 as well as the Psycho Circus in February. Once again, I hope for February 25th. And NYWC rules.